Everybody, good morning. I don't have a whole lot of like a ton of time, but I'm just kind of relaxing here in bed. Had a pretty eventful, crazy morning. I can't really talk about it like specifically, but I got scared, pretty bad, and then Trisha kind of had to help me out there with calming me down and like figuring out a solution to it because it scared the crust out of me. So, there is definitely something I wanted to talk about this morning. It's been on my mind for a couple hours, and I think that it's definitely something I should broach. You know, it's so often that we kind of turn a blind eye to people who are asking for help. Like you can see the signs that they're asking for help. You know, maybe not even beknownst to them. Maybe that they don't even notice that they're asking for help. But a lot of times we're so busy with our own lives, and we're so busy dealing with our own stuff, that we become very selfish and very one-minded. And unless somebody really gives you how to put it, unless somebody, sorry, yuck, um unless somebody like blatantly comes out and says, hey, please help me, a lot of times I think that kind of stuff goes to the wayside. And today, I did notice something with a friend of mine who's been going through a lot, and he messaged me and told me that he's got some problems going on there. And I recognized the fact that he did have some issues on Friday. No, not on Friday. Yeah, maybe on Friday. And it kind of just played through my mind for a couple days. And today I was like, you know what? I don't have a whole lot in life, but what I do, I will gladly share. I think that it's so often. Hold on, I'm trying to get more comfy. It's so often that people, get so wrapped up in our own lives and what we're doing and what we're going through, that we don't particularly see that somebody else has it a lot worse than we do. Especially when it comes to funds and stuff like that. And I think that this is definitely something that I feel needs to be talked about, obviously, so that's why I'm making a video on it. I think that if you, especially for the holiday season, and of course I'm never going to tell anybody this person's name or anything like that, because, this isn't, look how awesome Nirvana is day. I don't give a shit about that. What I give a shit about is that it is coming up on the holiday season, and it's getting really cold, and it's going to be a horrible winter. And I think that if more people would be willing to step outside your comfort zone and be willing to help others during this season, we could do a lot of help. I've been looking into soup kitchens in the area, and you know what? I might not have, a crap ton of money to do whatever I want to with, but what little bit I have, like one of the shelters and stuff that I was looking into needs blankets. So I'm going to figure out what kind of blankets and stuff that I have and give them. And another one needs clothes. So I'm, instead of, selling my clothes and stuff like that, my bigger clothes, I'm going to donate them, because it is cold. It's getting cold. And people need help. And I think that it's really important for us to step out of our comfort zones and realize that, hey, there are other people out here that are not as fortunate as I am. And even if you don't have a whole hell of a lot, I'm not going to be all Jesus-y at you technically, but, you're supposed to do for others as you would have done for yourself. And if that means that you need to, give instead of get, I think that that's a very important thing for us to start doing, because I did get a second chance at life. I did. And I have a job, and I'm one of the lucky ones that do have a job right now. So in that, I feel that I'm very, very lucky, because there's a lot of people who can't find a job, and there's a lot of people who don't have food, and there's a lot of, and Thanksgiving is coming around, and a lot of people don't have toys and clothes and stuff for their children, or don't have, somebody to spend Christmas with, and somebody to do, like last year, on base, what I did was that the guys at the dorm who didn't have anybody for Christmas or Thanksgiving, I invited them over to my house and let them eat with us. That is something that I felt I could do to give back. And, I know that you're going to have people who are like, well, I don't have blah, blah, blah. Yes, you do. Do you know how much food you waste in Thanksgiving? Like, do you know how much people take home and don't actually eat? Do you know that there are homeless people and people out there who don't have anybody to spend Thanksgiving with, who would absolutely love that plate of food? Who would not waste it? Who it wouldn't be sitting, old dried turkey leftovers, 3 or 4 days later? Because we don't need seconds. You don't. You don't need, say, on Thanksgiving, we don't need seconds. Do you know who could use that second portion of, pumpkin pie? Somebody who doesn't have any family. Somebody who doesn't have a job. Somebody who can't afford food, and I have been there. I have been one of those less fortunate people who did not have enough money to have Thanksgiving. And sometimes during those years, I had somebody bring me something, or, invited me over to their house. Whether I went or not, I still got invited. I think this is a really important thing for me to talk about, and I'm sorry if you're one of those people who don't view what I'm saying as important, and, that's on you. But my conscience is clear. Any extra food from his mom's house that she's not going to be using, I'm actually going to go take to the dorms. So that's how I'm going to try to contribute. I'm going to give all the blankets that I'm not using. I'm going to donate. I'm going to ask the people on the forum that I talk to who live in my area if they have anything that they are not using, or if they know anybody who needs something specifically. It's what you do. It's called being a good human being. It's called being somebody who wants to give back, and it's thinking about someone else instead of yourself. And I like that. I like feeling like a good person, because we only have one life. We do. We only have this one. This is the only life we have. And at the end of the day, at the very, very end of my life, when I'm standing at those pearly gates and I see my dad and my brother and anybody else I've lost in the meantime, I want them to be welcoming me with open arms, and I want to know that that's where I'm going to go. So I'm not asking you to believe in my beliefs. I'm not asking you to do anything besides think about somebody else that may be a little less fortunate than you this holiday season, because Thanksgiving is next week. And I have a hell of a lot to be thankful for this year. And I think a lot of you do too. And I think that if we make it a conscious effort to be awesome and to help somebody who may not want to ask for help, there are so many people out there who are lonely. There are so many people out there who don't have enough, who can't feed their kids, who are too scared, who are too proud to ask for help. And you don't have to be condescending about it either. Like, you don't have to be like, well, I helped blah, 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 blah. I helped blah, 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 blah. Last week, you don't even have to say anything. You don't even have to say that you helped anybody. It should make you feel good. The only reason I mentioned that I did something today is because it was pertinent to the the video that I'm making. So, I don't even view it as helping. I view it as he would do the same damn thing for me. Right there. He would do the exact same thing for me in a damn heartbeat if I was in the same situation and needed it. There you go. So that's how I feel about this subject. I hope you guys will tune in tonight for our awesome hangout. I hope I didn't make anybody, mad, because I'm a nice person. And if I did, shame on you. No. Yeah, shame on you. Seriously, shame on you. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get back to what I need to be doing. And I love your faces. And Give back. Pay it forward. Always, always, always pay it forward. Always pay it forward. My husband has taught me so much about being a good person and what it's like to be selfless, because he really is. He's a very selfless, amazing person, and he has always thought of others before himself. And I love that about him. I love he doesn't even react like he doesn't even stop to think about it. He just does. Like, we saw a lady who was hungry, and like I said, him and I aren't, millionaires or anything like that, but, he didn't even think about it. He stopped. He made sure she was okay. We gave her money for the hotel room that she needed, and we bought her and her kid food. Like, it's just simple acts of human kindness. And I don't want praise of, you're such a good person, Nirvana. That's not what I'm trying to get at right now. I know I'm an awesome person. I know. You ain't gotta tell me. I'm pretty cool. I'm down. I'm with it. I want you to see that these are, this is how awesome my husband is, and this is what makes me love him even more. And I think that, at the very end of the day, I feel comfortable and I feel good about myself at the fact that, that I am doing something for others and giving back with this life, this precious gift that I have received. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. And I'm sorry if this video was kind of somber or whatnot, but I think that this is a good message to behold. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.